and you can use those to clip into walls, walk through certain corners, and well, also just open chests.
Yep, and we are started. The lane starting in Link's house and Doomtap starting at the Sanctuary. Looks like the lane is going to go for a hobo check right away.
And we got in 5-6 Crystal Desert and other in Lightworld are normal pendants. And Thalane, congratulations, you got 20 rupees and stuck on the island. Usually you would see players check if the island has something before going for it, and if they want to still go for it, go for Hobo instead.
Yeah, it looks like the lane just wanted to get that check out of the way and move on over to the probably Kakariko area checks.
Doomtap, please stop skipping out on bonk rocks. You got boots. And hey, no obscure moon pearl today, we just found it.
Yep, we got one of those free moon pearls.
Well, free unless you forget to check the Lost Woods area. I commented a few races where people actually never checked the Woods area. Not the Woods, Lost Woods.
I swear, these seeds have been rolling some pretty easy moon pearls during this tournament. I've seen easier moon pearls in this tournament than in normal seeds.
Well, let's also say that with that easy moon pearl, we already got access to the entire light world and the entire dark world with, well, some exceptions for stuff like Shack Award Cave or Hammer Packs, where we still need either the glove or the hammer, and Zelda doing a saving quit and fight a threat for Doomtap.
I wonder if that moon pearl has Thalane wanting to go somewhere specific.
I think they are just more wanting to do south Lightworld, or doing a south into Kakariko Shack for the bombs from the bushes here. And if you actually want some bombs early on in Overworld glitches, since we start with the woods, there are some free bombs that you can get at the beginning. If next to the fortune teller hut north of Kakariko, there's a bunk rock that gives you rupee, that gives you bombs every time you run into it. And afterwards, you can every time just reset it on in the fortune teller hut and go back at it again.
Yeah, so far, Doomtap finding quite a bit in Kakariko. We got a cape, we got a lamp, a book, and the fire rod, looks like. Or no, did he get the fire rod? Looks like he's got the ice rod.
Yeah, it's ice rod on his menu, so we will see once he opens up his menu. But yeah, we can already clear out the entirety of Desert Palace, and that's not because of the book. I am pretty sure that our runners won't open the front of Desert Palace this seat at all, won't even look at it at any time.
And Doomtap is going to pass by the swag net there. Not surprised. Yeah. Not many people would voluntarily pick it up.
Ferries do allow for some nice glitches. So if you do want to grab some ferries, Bugnet does allow for some special things like ferry rabbits in Dark World, and even a certain way to water walk. Not that important since we already got the boots anyways, but it's a nice thing to have. Also, apparently that big key is a secret to everyone, too.
Alright, so Thalane is starting those Kakariko checks. Meanwhile, Doomtap in desert. And we'll see if there's anything good here.
Well, so far there were 5 rupees in here, and I'm sure that's what you looked for. Getting rich.
Yep, the rich get richer.
And there's the second item out of that palace. We will still have to beat it for the crystal later on, but I'd imagine that Doomtap gonna head out now and just keep it a bit later when he has like a better weapon, maybe some better equipment overall, or maybe it's just in the area for Maya. Also, we can check the bonus tablet. Meanwhile, Selene, doing a dice roll on ascent, has teleported over the screen transition. Now has to fix his camera slightly.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting. And we know it's required. There's no way it's not required because we already know 2 pendants. Well, I guess someone could have a turtle rock, but no.
Yeah, that you could potentially not. Well, if you can hover the last bridge or the last gap between for Trinex, I suppose you could potentially get away without Samaria in Turtle Rock if the keys are in the right spots.
Yeah, but as long as you can hover all of Turtle Rock, you don't need the cane for any part of it in Overworld glitches, but at the same time, no one wants to do that.
Yeah, hovering the Trinex gap is purely for showing off only.
No, if you actually do get a seat where skipping cane is a thing, and you are like, okay, last item I need is cane, and I have no idea where it is, sure, but otherwise, no.
Well, with that, you also have to be a pretty darn solid hoverer because if you're not super solid on your hovering, that Trinex gap is pretty large to cover.
Even if you are, you easily fall down, and some bumps in memory camp. Meanwhile, Talent finds the Master Sword in Tower of Hera. Doomtap gonna check out the modern hype cave named Mini Modern Cave, and so far not much hype.
But
Right.
it does push his rupee total up above 500, so he can go to Zora after this and be able to afford that item.
Yeah, I think Doomtap actually has a slightly NMG-like routing that he would do that, and Selene finishing up Tower of Hera, getting their first pendant. But yeah, not getting the last item, gonna head out and check what's in the basement. Meanwhile, Doomtap makes excellent work at avoiding that fireball of the Zora. And since Doomtap has the pearl, he is suddenly walking on water after exiting the cave. And if we need the item from the ledge, nope, it's just money. Helps with paying Zora if you can get it, but we can't right now. But if you would want, we could get it, and yeah, I'm not sure he will not go out of his way for that.
And it looks like King Zora has become King Ripoff, and thalane finding a third sword in Hera Basement. So nice find, but probably was hoping for some progression.
Already 10 minutes runs, it's nice. We are just 10 minutes in, and we have still a lot of bosses in front of us, so that's a good find. And another red thing on the other tablet, just not as important as on the bomb boss. And Doomtap now also going for a Desmond Ascent, teleporting over the screen transitions. We haven't run over teleport yet, but we will go over on the next good opportunity. He now resets his camera and gets blocked by a dead rock. That's unfair. Some arrows and cash in the western wing of Swamp Palace. Nice.
Yeah, there's three types of hints in this game. The nice ones that tell you where an item you want is, the nice ones that tell you where terrible locations are trash, and then the ones that are completely useless.
Okay. Thalane does one descent to the graveyard ledge here. We'll be able to check this location quickly. Hammer!
Very nice find.
So Thalane has all the offense. Has Tempered Sword, has Hammer. Could still need a Fire Rod for full offense, but pretty much everything that he could want.
Looks like Doomtap's gonna... Oh, didn't get it,
Yeah.
so...
And he doesn't get the info from Pirates from that. It's always better to just not do the hover for that. It's pretty much never worth it unless you Andy and are like 99% sure that you can get it.
But provided Doomtap does commit to the basement item, he will at least get Master Sword here. So he'll be able to pick up that Cane of Samaria at his leisure. Meanwhile, thalane will have to figure that one out. And in Paradox Cave, we've got...
nothing. So yeah, so far the game says go to the least interesting spots for item progression if you want something. Well, here we got pretty much already access to the entire Dark World, and with that Red Cane actually available to us, we also have the entirety of Turtle Rock available. We have pretty much everything available that we might want. And what was it on the Highly Iron? Couldn't catch it in time, but looks like Thalane wants it. Oh, nice powder. Thalane, dash.
You never know if you're going to need that powder, so you might as well grab it now.
Thalane, please learn the dash method. It's really free. There we go.
And Doomtap takes down Moldorm.
And running in circuits, we just get a hard container, but that's it with the small checks. We still got social on the light world, as well as actually getting the item from Bomber's tablet, being the cane. No, Doomtap actually checked the social, but Selene now going for actually some dark world checks, I would assume.
Looks like Doomtap was doing some thinking there, trying to figure out what he wants to do next. And looks like he's decided on going to Dark World.
Okay, we got Green Pendant and Palace of Darkness, and the other 5-6 crystal at the Misery Maya.
So that Canis Samaria is 100% required.
Yeah, there is no hovering that you can do to skip the Kingdom of Maria in Maya. And just a piece of art on Bumper Ledge. And so right now heading into the Village of Shortcuts, gonna check out what's in all the houses in here. And probably just kick out Steve's while he's at it.
Yeah, with the hammer, you're going to have no regrets about coming here and potentially leaving the big chest with an item in it.
Yeah, leaving the big chest behind is really not good. Especially if it has something. If it has nothing, then whatever, but you don't want to risk that. And there's a glove, and I'm sure Selene would have liked that before going into Thieves Town, because there is one rock in the middle of Thieves Town. If you do have a glove, you can just pick it up and take a shortcut. If not, beat the enemy full of enemies, the room full of enemies, and yeah, that's what it takes to progress without the glove.
Yep. Finding one pair of gloves is... I don't know. To me, I feel like it's one of the best finds in overworld glitches. You know, just getting one pair makes certain things a lot easier, and obviously the inaccessible things accessible.
Yeah, one glove is the only thing that we need, no matter where items are in the seat. Titan limits does speed up some things, but also means Ice Palace, and no one really wants to go to Ice Palace.
Alright, so Thalane's gonna show us what is in this attic chest here, and it is a map, so good chance that there will be an item in that big chest.
Well, with us already finding all three dungeon items, all 4 dungeon items, we will definitely have item in the big chest.
Oh, yeah, we do have all 3. And Thalane finding out the hard way that he does not have a pair of gloves to lift that big old rock.
let's find out what's in here. It's useless, so Doomtap doesn't have to worry. Doesn't mean that he will not worry. He will probably at least think about the chest for quite some time. Maybe not come back for it, but if he struggles, he might prioritize this location over other stuff.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things where you say, okay, I'm fine with skipping it for now. And then you hope that the seed never brings you to a point where you have to start making choices for locations like that.
Yeah. Do you go there or dip into Hammerless Swamp Palace or something like that?
And down goes Blind, so let's see if at least Blind... Nope. Just some more money.
Yeah. So we still have the bomber hut in Village of the Outcast, but other than that, only the glove in the entire city. Hey Thalane, I bet you'd like to have a glove, now that you're out of Thieves Town.
Alright. So now where is Thalane headed? Gonna check the brewery here, and then... We don't have fire rods, so... Skullwood's dip is possible, but not a lot of people like to do it without the fire rod.
Yeah, I'd assume that he goes ahead and goes for going southwise, and Thalane, I guess you expect us to do something different, but yeah, he cannot now talk with the shovel game that guy because for some reason, if you're not coming from the right side, he already acts as if you played the game.
And it looks like Doomtap got a head start, and we got silvers buried underground. So after 10 digs, not a bad one. We get some silvers.
Silvers is definitely one of the more appreciated things that you can get out of the digging game. And Thalane now gonna check out what's in the Maya area. Gonna check out the Maya shard and the medallion. We 100% of the time need the medallion, and nice job there, Thalane. Was it Ether?
Yep.
Yeah. It's sometimes hard to see with the rain effects, but yeah, it's definitely Ether. And hey, Fire Rod, wanna go back to Skullwoods?
Wow!
And bro, what is this seed?
What a packed mire shed.
Well then, so we still need Flippers, Mirror, Ether, Hookshot from things that we don't know.
Yeah, and Doomtap finding out what's in Hype Cave, and the answer is not a whole lot.
Yeah. Let's see where he goes now. Maybe going for the Bomber's tablet now to get his cane. Looks like at least he's going for a desert area.
Yeah, this could be a checkerboard and Bombless tablet, maybe desert
maybe
as well.
Desert clear, stuff like that can all be put together. And good call of Doomtap not to run up there, because he might have jumped in a bad spot and that could have been a big soft.
Yep, so Doomtap does have one advantage going for him, and it's this Cane of Samaria that he's about to get. But that's only going to hold for so long. The tablets are generally checked by a lot of people when they get around to that area.
Yeah, especially with desert not cleared on Thalane side, and of course mirror being required for Swamp Palace. I'm assuming that he will have a lot of times for checking that. Although he might want to get the Cane of Somalia before even getting into that area again, with the Maya dungeon having to be cleared in that area as well.
So right now, Doomtap needs to have something prompt him to go to the Graveyard Ledge and Mire Shed. But with that Cane of Samaria, he might end up at Mire Shed sooner than later.
Yeah, he might want to find out, hey, what medallion do I actually need to beat this dungeon? And from there on, he already has the bow and what was the other thing? Fire Rod. But getting to Graveyard Ledge, I don't know what will get him there. Maybe the mirror, and I think he likes to combo it together with King's Tomb if he can.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Obviously, if we get a mirror, that's going to be a strong little hint that you can check that location. Obviously, you don't need the mirror in Overworld glitches, but it does serve as a reminder that, okay, mirror locations open up. What now?
Yeah, and it also would allow us to check out a certain thing. We can from there on head over to Permanent Ferry, which we can completely do with just having the mirror. And Doomtap getting through the mini Molong Land Mola fight. Why am I thinking about mini Molongs when I think at Land Molas?
Yeah, there's a lot of worms in this game. But another thing is basically any time that he's going to go back up to the mountain could be a moment where he decides that, you know what, I'll check Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, Graveyard Ledge is in Overworld glitches extremely on your way because it's literally 1 saving quid away.
Because we're also going to have a time where GT is going to be a option for our runners. I mean, right now, Thalane could do left side using bomb jumps and such, or hovering.
Yeah. Yeah, and Doomtap could do Tile Room if he wants to, but I'm sure he doesn't. Also Doomtap right now getting the mirror, that might be good. Mushroom. Wow, okay.
Yeah, and that's a good spot for the mirror for Doomtap because the Hyrule Castle checks are kind of weird in Overworld glitches. Some people like to check them, some people don't. So it's like a matter of preference and routing, really.
Yeah, I'm personally a fan of just checking it. It's not too far out of the way. It's maybe 5 minutes if it's nothing, but if it's something and my opponent doesn't check it for an hour. Also, what was those stairs on the lane side? Why did he go up before even being all the way up, down?
I am not sure. But Doomtap headed over to the east side of Death Mountain here. Probably going to do the whole collection of checks. At least try to hover the hookshot cave, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think Doomtap can at least hover, so he will at least try. Okay, as we shared our tracker of the day explaining, it's he got the exploration glitch armed, which is fine. He can arm it. There's no issue with that as long as he doesn't use it. And from going down, going through the stairs, then was some weirdness that came all about. Kind of annoyed him a bit, I guess, but it's all fine.
Yeah. That's the funny thing about EG. You can kind of accidentally arm it.
Well, not only accidentally, intentionally by the developers, you kind of arm it because if you go for the vanilla big key chest, you just jump down from there to the room below with the switch and everything. Congratulations, you got the exploration glitch armed.
Alright, so Doomtap, gonna go through Spiral Cave here. I imagine do Paradox Cave afterwards. And then we will see what he'll want to do next. He could dip into Turtle Rock. Has the Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, I hope he goes for Maya Shed first, but since he's already here, he might think about Catfish or going from there to Path of Darkness, which Thalane just checked. Not much inside, but we could find. He could get the other big keys and everything already. Thalane, you know that your sword does the same damage as a hammer and has a lot better hitbox, thanks.
And want to point out that this is a pendant dungeon. I mean, it is the green pendant, but the fact that Thalane is wanting to kill Helmasaur King is kind of interesting.
No, as long as there's an item on here, it's fine. And hey, it's a unique item. It's a cane, but not the right color. I'm assuming that he will now turn in the green pendant, check Sashra, and then may head into Eastern Palace. Or not. Okay, this is actually good for Thalane right now. He's going for the desert here and probably checking out Checkerboard and the Bomber's Tablet, having one of his needed items.
Yeah, this is what will definitely get him in the area of that tablet, and all he's got to do is walk on over there and check it. And it looks like he's going to do a Gina, and I would probably say that he's going to check that tablet next. And Doomtap, meanwhile, does do that Turtle Rock dive. Makes sense. You're in the area. You have the Cane of Samaria. Not the best feeling dive when you don't have the Fire Rod, but, you know, Turtle Rock a lot of times has required items hidden in there somewhere.
Yeah, the only thing I am not completely agreeing with is him going in here from the midget section and then go straight for the vanilla big key chest, because with the wrong key layout you can kinda lock yourself out. Coming from the data bridge chest is usually the better variant, and Thalane finding their nice little cane of the Maria, and Thalane, learn the bomb clip, please.
Maybe he just likes reading.
Even then, clipping around the wall would be faster by going over to K45 and from there up the upper side. Or okay, I guess he never even entered here. Okay.
Looks
Well,
like Doomtap is possibly setting up for our Pyramid Fairy here, so we will be able to see what.
GT.
Oh, nope, it's a GT.
And he's going for GT without the fire rod, without the hammer, which kinda is bad for him. Kinda is really bad for him because he only can shake 4 items.
Well, he could use the lamp strats to go through right side, but
Yeah. If you can avoid it, it's usually not the best thing to do. Also, he's skipping out on the torch on the left side first, which kinda is weird.
well, if you're gonna check right side, it's better to mirror out anyway. So it's just a little bit faster to do it this way, but not by a whole lot.
I mean it more like he could have not found the key and then would have to go for left side and then go back for right side. It's usually better to check the lamp first and grab the guaranteed key over there.
Ooh, and there's our Quake. So,
Yeah.
oh wait, yeah, we need Ether, that's right.
And Doomtap realizing he doesn't have fire rod and he doesn't want to do lamp strat. And yeah, you kinda cannot get out here. You kinda need to save and quit. Nice little fire rod dash there by Thalane.
Alright, so Doomtap, ooh, this looks like it might be that Graveyard Ledge play.
Yep, looks good. And he probably just coming out of against all will think, I had bacon there.
Is he thinking that he maybe wants to go back now?
Yeah, just coming out there being like, I can check some stuff here or not, and then finding this thing that allows you to check a lot of things in there. A good indicator to go back there. But he is resetting his camera, which you don't need to do if you go for Gun's Tower. So I guess he's going for a Desmorton Descent. He doesn't have to do any Desmorton Descents anymore because he already has normal Darkwood access.
But nonetheless, he does the Death Mountain Descent, and Thalane looks like maybe. Oh yeah, it hasn't checked this stuff yet.
Yeah, he did skip out a bit on the other South Lightward stuff. He also still wasn't in Escape, which uh, we know in the back of Escape SD is a mirror.
You know, I'm honestly surprised that Doomtap hasn't tried to make it over to Meyer just yet, because to me, you know, with the items that he has, Meyer is, you know, potentially fully clearable if you know the medallion. So
Yeah. You usually want to check the medallion for Maya early on, like right after Village of Outcasts, so that you won't have to search for that medallion too long.
yeah, and you won't make any unnecessary like trips to certain places, and you'll know, hey,
Yeah.
when you pick up that medallion, you'll know how to route Meyer in when you go, you know, go back for it.
Or you just find go mode in some dungeon, but you don't know what's a medallion. Do I still need another medallion? Also, Hava. Nice.
I think the easiest thing though is just find all 3 medallions, then you don't have to worry about it.
Also, at 41 minutes, we got our first bottle.
Be interesting if Sick Kid actually had something.
Yeah, could you imagine like Sicket having the Isa medallion or the hook shot?
So Thalane is going to go ahead and check all the Zora area stuff, and Doomtap may be headed over to Meyer, potentially.
Well, he doesn't have that much left over here, so Maya seems like a good choice.
But it looks like he's going to go to the east, so it's going to be Pyramid Ledge, probably, and then maybe Catfish and Pod afterwards.
Doomtap, you have mirror. Why are you doing this? Why not check Pyramid Ferry? Hey, we got our second bottle at 43 minutes.
So Doomtap is going to go ahead and check out the rest of the castle. And the lane is... Let's see where the lane is going to head.
Yeah, Selene right now still needs to go to Sanctuary and check out the back of Escape. And I'm assuming right now with the steps he's taking, he's going for Gideon's Tower.
Yeah. Because he doesn't have mirror to set up for Pyramid Ferry, so...
Yeah, he also doesn't have anything to do in the Swamp Palace area for the Super Jump. Also, he has normal Darkwood access, so Super Drop is not as valuable.
Yeah, we could see a... after he goes and looks through Ganon's Tower, potentially Turtle Rock play as well.
Yeah, he has all the items to full clear Turtle Rock. And I'm assuming he only wants to hope for the mirror beforehand in order to clear it from back to front.
Yeah, the lane could full clear GT right now if he wanted to as well. So this could also be, well, he's already done pods, so.
Well, I think Thalane can't hover, so he can't actually full clear it. He can full clear except for like beating Aghanim and getting the Modem 2 chest. And I'm kinda sure that he doesn't really want to go for the upstairs chest without being able to complete the dungeon.
I mean, you could always do that 1 in a million impossible bomb jump that requires you bouncing off of Moldorm into a bomb explosion.
It's not really that. It's just you need to hit Moldorm's shed on the same frame as you get hit by anything and something like that. And there is someone that gets semi-consistently, but it also has something to do with frame rate, so can't really get perfectly consistent at it.
Yeah, I've only seen it done once, and it seems like it's just too RNG dependent on where Moldorm's going at the time.
That's not really that bad for RNG. It's really more often, can you survive till he's at the right place? And if you know how Modern works, you can actually kinda manipulate him. Doomtap right now going for Path of Darkness. He's gonna do a downward teleport here and head right onto the transition, land on the wall, and can work out.
And
Kiki leaving him because you cannot mirror with Kiki. He will always leave you. Hey, Shovel, Red Mail, and Blue Rupee. So, do you want to fetch quest?
yeah, it looks like the lane is not visited Sahasrara yet, so even the closet.
Yeah. Hey, he has the green pendant and hasn't gone for it. He can't clear out Eastern Palace, get the last pendant, and yeah, that might be actually an interesting play. Okay, Thalane now going for the left side. He will have to do some bomb jumps to, or at least try to hover. Nicely done, so he can full clear the dungeon. And hey, flippers.
So that means our hook shot is
not in Swamp Palace. Our hookshot will not be in Swamp Palace at anything that might be happening.
Yep.
And Doomtap finds out, hey, there's a second threat in Tower of Hera. You might want to come back for that.
Yeah, with silvers in hand, he may or may not. If he didn't have silvers, I could see a reason to go back.
With him only being at Master Sword, I could see him actually go for Tempered Sword still. Getting it early on, especially with so many bosses still remaining, is extremely valuable. And hey, there's a second medallion that we do not need. So yeah, we are currently still searching for the Ether medallion and hookshot. There is the big key. Hookshot is not gonna be upstairs. And the only item that could still be in the big chest is, of course, the Ether medallion.
Could also be flute.
Well, yeah, but who cares?
But we actually have found most of the inventory items. We're missing a couple of bottles, a shield, the flute,
Yeah,
and a sword.
we kinda only looking for a handful of items by now. I think this is right now the play into Totorock for thalane. And with the way he's playing it, I'm pretty sure that he won't go for the mirrorless laser bridge clip. He's just going for Hookshot Cave first, I guess, and I guess Super Bunny afterwards. Yeah, dashing off doesn't help. And hey, there's that gold rod. Okay, he then gave it a small little attempt at the hover and then just said, okay, I'm done.
And it looks like Doomtap is gonna go into Eastern and check that out, so we could have a possible ped pull.
Yeah.
Or did he kill the Helmosaur? I wasn't looking when he finished up the place. Oh wait, he couldn't do... that's right, he doesn't have the bow.
Alright, yeah, I was just wanting to ask if he has that, because he's going in here. Alright, he never checked the Maya area right now.
And Thalane is opening the front of Turtle Rock.
Yeah, we got our nice little spin ball behind Ridley, so if you play Scrum Track right now, you just found some really good info from us. I hope you enjoy the rest of the seat. Not really. With the spring ball there, you can't enjoy yourself.
Well, at least Doomtap knows that Pyramid Fairy is not worth the effort today.
Yeah, well, unless you really want some hot pieces.
So Doomtap was not able to check these chests when he came in here, so Thalane will be kind enough to show us that there's the big key and there's a small key.
Thalane also making sure to deactivate the cane of burner before going through the door. If you, for some reason, run out of magic right on the frame that you go over the transition, bad things happen. The game doesn't like to have to actually do two things at once. Okay, is Thalane right now doing an completely NMG clear of Turtle Rock?
And Doomtap looks like doing another Death Mountain descent.
Yeah, he still has normal Darkwood access. He didn't lost his glove or hammer at some point, but he is coming for the King's Tomb check. There's a way to get in here without the mirror or Titansmiths altogether, but it's a pretty obscure technique, and most people are more comfortable with just doing it the normal way, and yeah, we could have skipped it.
Let's see. Doomtap, I'm trying to figure out where he's gonna be going. I can only imagine Meyer area at this point. I was thinking maybe Skull Woods.
Is he going into Thieves Town?
No, he's gonna activate the flute.
Yeah, but he is here and Thalane finding the rogue shot. So we are an Ether medallion away from no mode, and for Thalane it's also the mirror from Back of Escape. And let's see what Sick has for us.
Just some allowance money.
Yeah, I am sure you wanted to spend it on some new stuff. Could you have bought us something useful from that, like a coin with a board on it? Doomtap, there is a setup that you can use to get access to the hammer packs. There's also the mirror up that you can do. And looks like he's going for the setup in from the light world, which has an easier queue. If you go for it in the dark world, you can pretty much actually just dash upwards into the wall, and that's your setup. At least that's the setup I use.
And Thalane is on his way to do a Gold Sword Trinex, so that'll be a simple fight.
Yeah, if you practice the fight, it's 3 hits on each of the heads, and the fight is cleared out before he even starts sending out the set, and I think that one swing to the side might have done the difference. Nope, he still gets it.
Okay, so it looks like Doomtap is finally going to head on over to the Meyer area. It's going to be good for Doomtap.
And hopefully finally the reminder that, yeah, the Meyer area should be checked early.
But thalane finishing off Trinex, not coming up with the Bolt coin out of Swamp Palace, or sorry, out of Turtle Rock, but getting that hook shot, so Swamp Palace is now clearable.
And that hook shot also kinda will lead him back into the hookshot cave. He tried to harvest earlier, fell down once, said, "Nope, I'm done." And, well, he could have scrapped it. He didn't knew, of course. We didn't knew before that as well, so was definitely a good call to go for it.
And it looks like Doomtap may be headed to back to GT. Oh, and thalane is gonna go get that mirror.
Yeah, I wanted to quickly mention, Doomtap, please don't try to dash if you want to sprint speed out of Spike Cave. That doesn't work. And yeah, I would assume for Selene, next up it's Swamp Palace and possibly Ice Palace afterwards. Maybe Squirrels beforehand. Okay, looks like Squirrels beforehand. Or make me a liar and go for Mushroom.
Yeah. I guess without the flute, this is the best time to do it. I don't know. I imagine that maybe thalane feels behind. Because there's a... Okay, it looks like he's just gonna go grab safeties to finish out the seed, so that does make sense now.
Yeah, and Doomtap now finding his slippers. So once he gets the hook shot out of Turtle Rock, he will be able to get also into Swamp Palace, and looks like Selene actually wants to do quickly the fake flute by drinking the potion on the same frame as transitioning. You suddenly gain the ability to fly without having the flute activated or anything. Okay, Doomtap almost kinda screwed himself there, but he realized in time and was able to not have to go back out of the room, wasting just time.
Alright, so thalane is going to clear Skullwoods from front to back.
Yep, gonna be their fourth crystal dungeon. To be honest, with having the firewall already going from back to front is usually not a bad idea.
But, in thinking about it, thalane may just save and quit after finishing It may be faster. I'm not sure though.
It's technically faster to find the items on your way to the boss, since you already have to beat the boss anyway. So if one of the items is on the boss, that's technically the fastest that you can hope for. Doomtap? What? Okay.
Oh, it looks like he's trying the lamp strat, but
nah, he didn't. He missed that one torch because of fire rod weirdness being. If you're too close to the fire rod, to the torch, you actually spawn the fire behind the torch and never hit it.
Alright, so Doomtap clearing that right side. Now, looks like from Doomtap's position, I'm not sure. Did he not clear the Armos?
He might. He may have wanted to check the big chest and armors from the right side, or something like that. Also, Shed asking if Thalane is in go mode. No, he is not. He still needs the Ether Medallion, which is completely unacquired by now. We still need to find that out, where that is. From what we know, that item right now could still be in Swamp Palace, the second item in Squads. Or it could be the mid somewhere and it's then in Ice Palace.
Yeah, we wish there was a way to get in a mire without the medallion, but unfortunately there is no way to bypass that.
Yeah. There are a lot of theories how to maybe get in, but nothing actually doable so far. And Doomtap gonna head upstairs. Upstairs City is one of the other locations that might have our Ether Medallion.
Yeah, medallions and the ice rod are kind of the worst in terms of trying to find them because they can literally be anywhere. I mean, the ice rod, the only place it can't be is Trinex, and at this point, the only place the Ether Medallion can't be is inside Misery Mire.
Yeah, besides Zeus, I guess kind of the Maria is kinda hard to acquire. Also Bow. Pretty much actually anything besides like Hammer is hard to pin down at the end. Okay, so Lane is going for the front of Escape. Meanwhile, Doomtap right now, of course, going to clear out Aga 2. We do need to clear out Aga 2, that's required. Even if you would be able to clip into the Ganon hole. In Randomizer, Ganon is fixed in a way that he actually checks for all 7 crystals and the Ganon hole to be open before he gets to be beaten in the last phase.
And Pyramid Fairy fills us up with another blue goo, so I'm sure Thalane will take that and be happy about that.
Yeah. Also gonna head over here and grab myself another fairy.
And Doomtap doing a nice little bow dash to finish off Landmo 2. And is this the GT play for Thalane as well?
I would pretty much bet on it right now because he already goes here. He has pretty much nothing left in this area that would be beneficial to come this way. So yeah, gonna head upstairs, which is a good play. If you know you can clear it out, you know that's in logic. That's definitely a thing that you have to do. So going to do it is nice. And if Ether is here, that might skip him a long clear of Ice Palace and a long clear of Swamp Palace. And here we got a nice little last shield. Also, I just now realized that Doomtap still only has the Master Sword. He never picked up his Tempered Sword from the how's it called, the fire chest, which he from the firelock chest in the basement of Hera. And Doomtap misses a Hava. That's the first fall. Every time Doomtap falls, he will have to beat Moldom again because he wants that item.
Yeah.
He knows Isa can still be in there. There's the second fall. This is the first fall to actually Moldom.
And just so that people are aware, in Overworld glitches and entrance randomizer, you would have a junk fill of GT of anywhere between 0 and 15 junk items. However, in Overworld glitches and entrance randomizer, there is no junk fill, so you could potentially have any number of good items in GT.
Yeah. And the junk fill is actually altered for Trevor's hunt, so you have 5 to 15, I think, junk fill in GT induced seeds.
And it looks like Doomtap has given up on that final chest.
Yeah, once the lane is there, we will find out how wrong he was or how right he was. It might be that Ether is, of course, just in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, I've been feeling that Ether's been in Swamp Palace for quite some time. I just got that feeling.
Oh, you know, the chest has the mids, and the actually Ether medallion is on the smith.
And it's just
well, that's Thalane's first border, so all borders accounted for. So not bad. Also, even though Doomtap probably knows the mirror jump, I'm pretty sure that he probably would want to go rather for a nice little dive for the YBA. it's quite a bit easier than trying to go for the mirror jump, which is a pretty annoying trick for the most people. And yes, Thalane did beat Turtle Rock. And it looks like Doomtap is now on his way to quickly finish up Palace of Darkness and Eastern Palace afterwards, I guess. Gonna also check out what's on the Green Pendant. Green Pendant could also have our Eastern Medallion. And just as a reminder, even though both of our players beat Aghanim 2 in Ganon's Tower already, we still need to get all 7 crystals before we can drop into the hole and actually beat Ganon. Okay, Doomtap, nice swag trick that you showed off there. So yeah, right now both our runners retracing each other's step through dungeons that the other already did. So let's give a quick shout out to our runners and ask our lovely viewers for give them a nice little follow. They definitely deserve it. They give a great little show to us, showing off what they are able to do with all the glitches that we allow them to use. There are more glitches in the game, but they break the game a bit too much, so we don't allow them. That's we would otherwise we kinda would be in go mode by having to use words, the lamp, and some bottle or the red cane of Samaria. Not really something that's too much fun, but in the case of Overworld glitches, but definitely something nice to have.
And it looks like thalane is going to do the super drop.
Yeah, he's gonna drop and fall and jump again and fall even more. And yeah, and if you're asking in chat right now, why aren't they going for Swamp? Well, let's guess where Thalane is going right now. Hey, don't ask why people do the Desmond Zero Drop. It's just fun.
And here we are in Swamp Palace.
The unique item is in Kakariko. I hope we didn't miss that. That would be bad.
And it looks like Doomtap going to finish off Eastern as well. However, we do know that the pedestal has nothing but arrows on it.
The hookshot, screenshot, it was in Turtle Rock Big Chest. And do we know if there is another item on Amos?
I'm not sure. Alright, so we'll see if the Ether Medallion is in Swamp as I feel it is.
Or, you know, it's all the time sitting on the green pendant and Thalane just avoids giving that one in. And there wasn't anything on Amos other than the compass and the pendant that we know only leads to 10 arrows. And yes, the run's already finished upgrading store. They are only searching for the items to get the other crystals and make Ganon vulnerable in the last phase.
And here we go. Let's see what's on the green pendant. Just a piece of heart.
Yeah. So we kind of probably will find whatever is the next progression in Swamp Palace. It's either, or I guess Hammerpack is also a possibility. That location is open, as well as the magic bed. And Doomtap kinda still avoids Turtle Rock right now, which is weird. He can full clear that dungeon. He of course already cleared out some part of it, so he could go through front and open it that way.
And Thalane finding the big key in the back, so you hate to see that big key all the way in the back. In case you ever want to go back for that big chest, you're gonna have to go back the long way.
Well, if you do plan to afterwards do the go for the right side with the second dip, that's actually the better position for it than, because if you find it's on the left side on the second dip, that's annoying. And Argos holds 5 rupees.
Sleepy Knight asking if you can do the quick kill strat with only butter. You can also do that with tempered.
Yeah, with tempered sword you do need to start the fight with a hook dash while your sword is out. Afterwards you just need to hook shot and start with a certain timing to keep your sword being held out, and from there be able to kill the puffs in one hit. And you need level 4 gold sword damage to kill puffs, which is either you need temper damage, not gold sword damage. And the reason gold sword pokes work is that's doing temper damage. So Thalane now looks to go back into Eastern Palace. So, chat, do you have any guesses where that Eastern Medallion could end up? I would like to see it in Mimic Cave. Oh no, we already had said that Mimic Cave is trash, I think, early on. So...
really the only place it could be, I feel, at this point, is Ice Palace.
No, it can't be Ice Palace so far, because we're still looking for the mids. We already checked Spike Cave, we checked Bombers and Isa. And we can get into Ice Palace without the mids, but it's not in logic. There is a certain special logic for Overworld glitches that takes all the Overworld glitches into account, but we also do not assume our players to do certain pretty obscure or easily able to hardlock glitches, so the glitches to get into Ice Palace are those glitches that we do not expect our player to do.
We have seen Shovel.
And we've seen all the items out of Eastern Palace from Doomtap.
I would venture to say that Thalane left an item in Swamp, so maybe it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it is there.
Yeah, it could still be in Swamp Palace, it could still be on Hammer Packs, it could still be on Magic Bat, it could still be... I'm thinking... I think we are down to those locations. At least in logic. Yeah. Doomtap now coming back for his hook shot, which is good for him. He will be able to get the big key, probably afterwards go for the clear, and from there check out what's on big chest.
Yeah, he's already cleared out the middle, so he can go straight down to, like, he could even mirror out and do the laser bridge skip if he wants to.
And Thalane, yeah. Thalane, I think didn't buffer only one pixel up. I think he buffered 2 frames upwards, which gave him a bad position for the clip that he tried to do. But if he would have done it correctly, he would have been able to skip out on getting the mids to pick up the black rock, and from there would have been able to just get through.
Looks like he's got the hammer out, so Magic Bat.
Yeah. Magic Bat, or potentially going for hammer picks as well on the trip. Looks to be Magic Bat first, which is a good decision. If it's here, you good. If it's not here, you go just come back with Darkwood access and go. And mids, we have Ice Palace access in logic, as well as Smith, as well as Purple Chest.
Yeah, that was
And
probably the last item that Thalane wanted to see.
Yeah. Okay, looks like he is actually still going ahead to check out Smith and Purple Chest now, as well as probably the Hammer Packs race added. It's a good call. I think he may feel behind a bit, so going for it is not a bad decision. If it's here and your opponent decided to go for Ice Palace, that's a good time save.
And unfortunately for Doomtap, unless he's gonna want to head on, well, I guess you could kill Trinex and go back to the middle, since he opened the front.
You usually do exactly that. If you kill Trinex, and if you then still search for one item, you go back to the middle. And that was a quick turnaround on that hard piece. Not a thing that you, Selene, wanted to see. And unless it's on the power chest, it's going to be Ice Palace. Espion, don't do that. Unless you, who was the one that actually did the mirror jumps bufferless for some reason? And yes, Thalane just mirrored, and he looked to be on the light world. He wasn't. He was on his. After the fake route, you are on a screen we call fake light world, and once you transition from that, you go straight into actual dark world. Even though the palette's a bit messed up, you're still in dark world. And Doomtap finds his hook shot. And the lane screen might be a bit messed up, but it's fine. No worries. And he knows where the entrance is, and he's now into Ice Palace. Doomtap could save some time on the lane if he decides to go straight for Ice Palace after Swamp Palace, not without having the mids. Which is a decent gamble if you feel really far behind. And we do know the Eastern Medallion has to be somewhere in Ice Palace. We checked everything else that we can think of.
Well, it could still be in Swamp.
Yeah, okay, but I'm like very sure that Thalane won't come back for that. That could actually be also a good time save for Doomtap if he checks that item and it's actually Ether.
But we don't know what's in the big chest.
Well, you can just read it after finishing most of the dungeon. Oh, right. We know that the left side is garbage because of hint telling us, hey, hard some garbage and more garbage over there. That was the hint that Doomtap tried to hover towards but failed. And you see Thalane knowing that he will find his go mode inside the dungeon, skipping out on hint because that hint would pretty much just tell him, hey, your Ether Medallion is in Ice Palace, if it's at all telling him of the Ether Medallion.
And Doomtap is going to do left side.
And there's Ether Medallion for Thalane. So Thalane is in go mode, just needs to finish up Ice Palace and afterwards go over to Maya. And after Maya, Thalane will have some interesting decisions to make how he will get to Ganon. It will probably be just a save and quit to Link South. But especially from If you know some ways, there are some possibilities for different routes that are not really slower. And yeah, I guess Fake Fruit 3, if you have the blue potion, is great.
But
Another possibility would be to do the upward teleport to get out of this Maya area.
yeah, I mean, but with a fake flute, you would have to get up on the edge of the mire area anyway. So
Yeah. And Goldshare, Goldsword wins. And yeah, looks like Thalane is heading. Is Thalane activating a flute or something? Or oh, he's going to buy some blue potions. Also, yes, Thalane has 19 hearts. We kinda pretty much full cleared the game.
yeah, a lot of people joke about 100%ing seeds, but this I think was legitimately a 100% seed.
And Thalane does have Ocarina. He did miss the clip. He did miss the clip.
Yeah, he would have had flute if he got the King's Tomb clip.
Also, Thalane, please just go up on the screen. There is a nice little bonk tree that you can use. Thanks.
Let's see, will Thalane get 20 hearts?
I don't know if he's missing heart pieces or a heart container. We will find out once we are on the end screen. And yeah, if you're wondering how Thalane did get to the Maya area, if you do use the blue potion on the same frame as you transition, you open the flute menu and from there can head to flute anywhere. If you do that in the dark world, you can do that keeping your dark world state, and once you transition off the light red screen that you land on, you are straight on whatever dark world screen that you transition towards.
And it looks like Thalane is going to be searching for that big key, so we've got a chance that he may pick up an item or two, and it could be a heart container.
Or we could have a vanilla heart container on our nice little friend Viltrius. Also, I wasn't there one of the heart pieces on the left side of Swamp Palace, so he would not even get 20 yards anyway. I actually kind of didn't look at anything when Doomtap did it, because we knew from the hint that it's trash. And that small key guarantees that there's the big key in the vanilla big key chest.
Where is Doomtap headed now? Must be Hookshot.
Yeah, I'm gonna check for Hookshot Cave, I would assume.
And as promised, there's our big key.
And there's Doomtap's tempered sword. I think he would have wanted that like maybe 40 minutes ago. And Thalane setting up for the spooky action glitch in Maya. He did set up the bird position when he came, and now with him being able to get the dash right and the dust right before placing the block, he is able to preserve that value and from there able to get in here and through the dungeon really cleanly.
And with silvers, Thalane's not even going to use silvers because too much lag, and he's got 19 hearts to work with, so...
Yeah, he will lose some time on the refill, but he already has only half magic, so that's gonna take up. I don't think that's would actually lose some time, really.
Alright, now it all comes down to the big pig for Thalane. We almost got an all dungeon seed out of this one.
Well, we kinda have all dungeons on Doomtap's side, even though it's kinda unwanted for him.
Yeah.
Also, Selene, don't you have blue potions? Why are you walking? Also, why are you walking over here? And yes, Thalane did dip into Eastern Palace, but knowing that the pedestal was nothing, he skipped out on the boss after finding all the items.
Alright, so here we go. Thalane gonna engage Ganon, and let's see what facts Ganon has for us today.
Ah, nice little one reference, giving us some grumble.
So
I hope you purchased the bait.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I found out the other day that there are bait sprites in the game files.
Yeah, there are quite some interesting things in the game files. They definitely thought about quite some things, and if you actually look into it, the developers actually were working at the same time on A Link to the Past as on Super Mario World, so some things are actually shared between the games. Of course, you don't see those shared things because I don't see a jumping plumber on my screen right now.
Well, what if Ganon's a plumber and he jumps?
Sounds logical. And once Zane crosses the bridge, he finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 6 seconds. GG's.
GG's thalane.
And we are actually joined by Thalane. GG's.
Hey, GG's.
How did you like that Ether medallion?
Yeah, so I was thinking about going to ice earlier, but then I thought, you know what, it's not in logic yet because I don't have the mids, I'm pretty sure, right? So, yeah, so I thought, okay, let's search all the other locations. If I get mids, I'll go to ice immediately. And
that immediately was a bit late.
I mean, I only checked Smiths and Purple Chest after the mids, I think, right?
Yeah, but that's still not completely immediate, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was around in that area, so and without food,
Yeah, makes sense.
Might as well do that.
You kind of like to use blue potions throughout the seed, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't done that as much like before, so I felt like I should try it a little bit. I mean, I played a bunch of multi-world lately, and so you kind of learn how to use stuff when nobody sends you items. So that's yeah.
Yeah, blue potions are definitely nice to get around the world. And if you're interested, the item that you used blue potions for, that was in Kingston that you kind of failed to clip to.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with King's Tomb. I just can't land in the right spot. I have no idea what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, I think you buffered one frame too many on that one, so you weren't in the right spot for the dash.
Oh, okay.
You need to buffer one frame upwards and then can dash to the right.
All right.
To get it. And Doomtap right now finishes off Ice Palace. Got to see some medallion. Without the Titan's mids, he got to Ice Palace with a bit earlier.
Yeah, and we saw you were at 19 hearts. We were kind of wondering if you were gonna get to 20 before the seed was over.
Yeah, same. I mean, really only the only items I had left was King's Tomb and the last item in Ice Palace, and of course that one in Misery Mire that I left. So that was not the nicest seed for me, but I think the same happened last time, right? With that Ice Road and Catfish, if I remember correctly, like last week.
Yeah, it's kinda... Overworld just likes to render you hard.
I mean, I felt pretty good, like, at the very start, especially getting that hammer, like, super early, because I feel like Graveyard Ledge is not something many people do. I just tend to do it, like, immediately when I rescue the old man, just do that real quick, and then continue your route.
Yeah, it's similar to like South Shore or the Escape. It's something that people don't usually check early on, but at the same time, if it's usually something, at least in one of the spots.
Yeah, it's so much easier in Overworld glitches to think, okay, let's delay that a bit. Maybe I get Mirror, maybe I get I don't know, like this item that makes this a little bit easier or like more efficient. So you just kind of do the stuff that's like efficient even without, you know, mids, mirror, flute, whatever, and
yeah. Oftentimes that's exactly like when I play, you know, I wait for mirror so that I can route in Pyramid Fairy along with the castle, you know, so that's kind of the optimal way that I like to do it, but sometimes it's better to visit early, like you said.
Yeah, I usually do Graveyard Ledge early on, and if I get Mirror and want to combine that with some check in the area, I do it with King's Tomb. You just gotta die in King's Tomb from a bomb, and you can pretty much take that check also to Link's house.
But yeah, speaking of that mirror, I kind of forgot about Back of Escape for quite a while. Then I saw that on my train. I was like, oh, maybe I should check that now. It's like, what, 1 hour, 10 minutes in?
Yeah, it's kinda easy to forget that Escape exists if you have the entire rest of the world available to you by 2 minutes into the sea.
Yeah. I mean, that was a really like super quick starting seed, and then like it always is, the more front loaded it is, the longer it takes usually, because you're only looking for like 2 items and it takes like an hour to find these, and it's really annoying. But I guess that's just how the game is, especially in Overworld glitches. It's like whoever does like the random check first wins, I guess. I mean, it's not always like this, but sometimes.
Well, it's not only going for the random check, but it's also going for the more efficient checks, which Doomtap kind of fell out of today. He forgot to check the Maya area, which was pretty much a good chunk of your lead early on.
Oh yeah, I was already going out of the screen of the digging game, and then I thought, should I do the Maya shed real quick and check what medallion I need? And
yes, you should do that every time. Every time do that. Dude, never forget to check the Maya medallion.
Especially after today, I would like definitely do that every time. I kind of forgot how to do the north clip into the Maya area, but I will just look that up again. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, I guess.
Third bomb and downwards.
Alright, but don't you have to hold like upright or some shit? Oh, sorry.
No, third bomb and downwards is getting you to jump directly onto the ledge.
Oh, alright. Yeah, but then like, maybe it works. I don't know. I'll have to try that. I actually sat down earlier for like an hour and, you know, relearn all the stuff, because like last week I've put on a really weak show. I feel like today all the glitches were like super good, maybe except for the King's Tomb thing.
Yeah, and that King's Tomb thing is kind of precise to do, so if you're not really 100% sure what actually has to happen, it's like one of those glitches that are easy to look at, but execute really hard.
I feel like it's just annoying, because if you like you like go up a frame too long or something, and then it's like immediately blocked, and if you don't know the visual cue or something, you just dash off and you stand there and you're like, well, guess I'll try again, save and quit, and you just do the same thing again for like 5 times. You don't know what's going wrong, because like
it's just looking dumb, and you don't want to look dumb.
Yeah, especially on restream, I think. But I felt like today was quite okay.
Yeah, you definitely did some quite good execution.
Yeah, and also like apart from the glitches, I thought my execution was also like on the better end of what I've been presenting lately, so that felt kind of nice. Because I really felt like I'm getting worse and worse at this game, but I think today was okay.
Yeah, definitely some pretty good execution of you. Doomtap also really great execution. You both were kind of on the GT gauntlet in the same time. He was on Master Sword. I think you were already on Gold Sword after getting the hook shot. And yeah, it was still pretty good from both of you.
Yeah, I found that at tempo sword like what, 5 minutes in or something, 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah, about that Doomtap skipped out on Hera Basement, which has the tempered sword.
Right.
Don't skip out on Hera Basement if you have the ability to check it.
I mean, in Overworld glitches, at least it's a quick check that you can do later on. compared to
and
like open mode where always, you know, gotta climb the mountain, mirror and all that. So
especially without the mirror and mirror ends up in there. Oh no.
yeah. So I don't know. I just feel bad leaving items like anywhere. To be honest, I'm always like all for, you know, full clear, get every item you can. At least if it's in like tournament matches, because you don't want to leave like, let's say, Hera basement and then it's like, in this case, Ether, right? Like this is just the worst feeling.
Yeah, check everything as long as it's reasonable. Don't go out of your way for that first chest in Swamp Palace, because you can check it, but yeah, go for reasonable stuff.
I mean, if you're already there and you're low on checks, might as well, but yeah.
Well, if you are between that and going for Thief Down Big Chest re-entry. Yeah.
I will check none of them.
Well, at that point, to be honest, you just have to hammer, so Swamp Palace first chest would be better.
And we got Doomtap facing off against Ganon right now, so hopefully this is a quick and clean fight for him, so that he can get a good time in.
Yeah, doing some nice little day struts against Ganon and being able to avoid all the nice little bats, and second phase already done. Also, thalane, looking at your finishing screen, 20 heart pieces, so you were missing at least 4 checks?
Yeah, I saw one, I think it was in Hammer Packs, if I'm not mistaken, but I decided to not pick it up. So, yeah. Maybe there was some other hard pieces that I just decided to not get.
Yeah, I think there was one on Swamp left side, which you had a hint for.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think so too, now that you say that.
Yeah, and I don't know what the last item was. The last two would be probably the second Maya item.
Maybe Maya and Ice Palace, yeah.
Yeah.
And Doomtap crossing that finish line with official second place SRL time of 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 31 seconds. Get your GGs in chat for Doomtap.
Yeah, let's see if you want to also join into an interview. And he cannot, but still give him UGGs. And yeah, he asked if mids were on Magic Bet or Hera Packs, and yeah, they were on Magic Bet.
All right, so if since Doomtap will not be able to join us for an interview, do you have any other thoughts about the seed or the tournament, thalane?
No, I think the seed in general, you know, obviously wasn't the nicest since I almost last location that Ether medallion, but other than that, I think I did a good job, and the seed was nice enough to give us like all sorts of stuff very early, so I can't complain too much about that. Starting with boots, obviously, always a big plus in my book, and yeah, that's it about the seed. About the tournament, I'm really thankful that this is happening again, and that we're starting out with like Overworld glitches, because that's like the only stuff I can participate in at the moment. And yeah, just a shame that one of the people in my group dropped out very early, so I get less group matches, which is also kind of nice, so I have more like time for myself, I guess. But yeah, I would have loved to play a couple more matches.
Yeah, would have been nice if everything would have worked out on that front, but it wasn't supposed to happen, so kind of sad, but everyone.
But yeah, as always, thank you so much for, commentating, both of you. And I think it was Espion who was tracking last second, kind of.
Yeah.
So
big
so
thanks
really,
to Esp
really-
for jumping in.
So really, really thank you so much.
And yeah, if you did enjoy what thalane and Doomtap did here on the show, check out their Twitch. They're doing a lot of awesome things. They did a lot of awesome glitches throughout the seed. They showed off what they can do with A Link to the Past with just some pair of boots and maybe a mirror here and there and some bullets and yeah. This game is broken.
Yeah, it's so broken, no joke.
Yep. And if you're looking for some more broken game action, we've got some more Overworld Glitches tournaments today. At 8 p.m. Eastern, we have PRD Wong versus Obscure Lifeform here on SpeedGaming main. And then we've also got at 10 p.m. Mentos Man 8 versus Edium on SpeedGaming 4. So if you want to see some more Overworld Glitches, check those matches out.
And at midnight, we also got another match that is not yet scheduled for any of the channels, but that's also something to check out. If you want to look forward to something not A Link to the Past Randomizer or glitches things, on SpeedGaming Tube just started Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Some really nice speedruns if you want to check that out. And at 3 p.m. we got the Link to the Past, 9 p.m. A Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Race Standard Mode and Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer Spring Tournament. So there are some more randomizers going on, just some glitches. Gonna wait till 2 p.m. and then 4 p.m. I'm sorry, 8 p.m. and 10 p.m.
Yep.
But yeah, we gonna let the credits finish here and already gonna say goodbye. Thank you all for watching, and we really hope you enjoyed Zeus Runners doing whatever they wanted to do with the seed.
Yep. It was a fun race to watch, and thank you all for coming out to watch these runners do their thing and break the game in ways that are very entertaining to watch.